It reached a point where I'm just afraid to turn on my television, to watch the news, to read the paper because of the heinous crime against women in Jamaica.
Welcome to the talented and sassy YouTube channel. Allow me to invade your living rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, in your vehicles, on your motorbikes or bicycles, or just about anywhere in the world. Make it a date every Sunday at noon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share the link. The Task Channel, where learning never stops.
Welcome to the talented and sassy YouTube channel. My name is Jamaica, aka Sweet Tea. Now today we'll be talking about the violence against women in Jamaica. And today I have with me, you could say they're my daughters because I'm older than them by far. I have Jamilia on my right and Samantha to my left. So we'll be having a girls talk about rape, murder against our women in Jamaica. And I remember when I was growing up, ladies, you would hear about rape, but then the women's life would be spared. But nowadays, men are raping and they're killing their victims. I want to know, do you know why they do that?
We can't say what's in their mind, what would cause them to do that. There's no real justification as to why they would even think to do that. All I can say is that no matter what somebody does, no matter how cruel that woman was to you, in whatever aspect, whether it be relationship or any other bad thing, it doesn't warrant you taking a life. It's sad to see that's where Jamaica is now. Back in the days, persons weren't so violent against women. You'd hear of quarrel and a lot of different things. They would cuss and all these things, but it would never be such I don't know. So tragic. Right, tragic ending. Like it's
World. I was reading something the other day, and what they said that most of the times why the victims are killed is because they're close relative or somebody that they know. So most of the time, ladies, we are killed because we know the person. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or most of the times when the killings are done, it's by somebody that they know.
Right. Like the other day I heard that a young lady was raped and she was not killed, and I was like, damn.
As in somebody raped her?
Yeah, somebody raped her and they found her, she was alive. So I'm like, wow, unless a person don't know her, because most of the time, we can identify who it is. So guess what? They have to get rid of you most of the time. Mm-hmm. I think that is why. But you know what I was even saying? This is something I was saying a long time ago. That our elderly were safe, right? You could leave your grandmother at home and know that she alright, and our children. But no, may I tell you, them man, nobody at all is being spared. And so, ladies, I'm telling you, boy, it's hard to say be careful of even your relative. It's really hard to say that, but you have to be very careful. I remember when I was going to school, high school, and the bus broke down on the road, right? And I had to walk from Macookspin to Old Harbour. I don't know how many of you know the distance, but I'm not really good with miles and kilometers, but a good little distance. And while I was walking, a young man was riding a bicycle. You know, I wasn't afraid, you know, and it was late in the evening, about 6 o'clock. Yeah. And he was riding the bicycle. So he said to me, "You want a ride?" So I said, "Yes." So he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Old Harbor." He said, "No problem." So I went on the bicycle and we had a beautiful conversation to Old Harbor. And I told him, "Thank you." About 5 years ago, I was in my early 20s now. I saw him at a crusade.
5 years ago, you were in your early 20s?
Yeah, because at the time, 5 years ago. I was in, hold on. 16, 17, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, when I was about 16 that happened.
Okay, say that. 5 years
Oh,
ago.
5 years after. Oh, 5 years after. Oh, shoot, yeah, 5 years after. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. I saw him at a crusade, and you know what he said to me? I mean, when I heard the story about was it Candice, the young lady? Yeah, the young lady. Yeah, he said to me that when he went home, Jamelia and Samantha, that he told his friends that he took a girl to Old Harbor. Them say, "You're an idiot. For you carry the girl, come on us and make a deal with her." No, when he said that to me, I was like, wow.
You actually have people.
You actually have people. So you see, I was so willing to go into the arms of a stranger, but boy, had it not been God on my side, I don't know what would have happened. So you see, sometimes we let down our guard and thinking, and you know, Samantha, thinking that it's okay. Yes. So I'm just saying, be careful. I have another incident too. I remember one day I came out of the bus. I think I posted this on Facebook. My son and I, I was coming from work. It was like about after 7. No, it was very, the lane kind of dark. And when we came out the bus, there were 3 young men sitting on a little board or whatever. And when we came out the bus, we started to walk home, and Andrew said to me, mommy, slow down. But you know, I just want to reach home. So I said, "Andrew, walk up the man. And Andrew kept delaying. And then he said, then he stopped and he ties his shoes. I'm like, "Andrew." So by this time now, the guys went ahead of us. But let me tell you, when I start to replay what really happened, they were not walking as if they were going somewhere. So when I looked at when Andrew tied his lace now, I was like, "Okay, Andrew, let's go," because it was Friday and I wanted to reach home and take off my shoes. It was, you know, we're Adventist. So they started to slow down and they started to look around. And of all the nights, guys, that road is always busy. There's a church on the road, and that particular night the church was closed. I felt like I was in a movie. It was dark, you know those dopey movies. It was dark and it just felt lonely. And for the first time, I kind of felt scared because my son was saying, "Mommy, come turn back." And I'm like, "No." And I said, "Mommy, come back to the road," because he suspected something. And I just passed them because they were not walking fast and I wanted to go home. And I just see when the guy came up in front of me, close to home, I put the gun to my head. And he said, "Yo, give me what you have." And I remember dropping the bag and I said, "Take anything you want." And my son stood there and all I could remember saying, "Boy, I eat this." And then it was like a movie. And then when my bag fell, a taxi man just drive up and they ran. And me I said, "What the taxi man did there?" It's like the road felt so lonely. And then all of a sudden, a taxi man. And you know, a lot of times we were watching movie and we see these things, we say, "Movie lying." Yeah. But this was a movie scene, guys. And so, what is the lesson here to be learned?
Had you listened to your son?
Yes, if I listened to Andrew, then that would not have happened to me. They took my phone. there was no, I had no money, so that
Or
you,
even if even so, they apart from just the gun and everything, they could have decided to take you somewhere to just to show you how what is happening. No,
yes,
understand?
yes.
So you were probably one of those lucky victims, and then Jamaica has developed this culture where I see nothing and I never hear nothing.
Yes.
But even if there were persons there, it's a mentality that I believe we as Jamaicans need to get rid of now. Because until it's at your doorstep, it's like me never see nothing.
Right,
me never hear nothing,
right,
so me not fit do nothing.
right.
But when it comes now to your child,
Yes,
or to yourself,
yes,
or your sister, it's
yes.
like justice. You want justice.
Yes.
Persons need to
Yes.
speak up, need to do this, need to
Yeah,
do that. But
yes.
where were you in
When somebody
this
else was
woman's
in this
position? And Jamaica need to, I believe we should be at a place now
where
we
our
get
brothers keep
right,
up.
we need
Yes.
to get rid of that mentality and don't wait until we are the victim.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can imagine how other persons must be feeling, even the mother of Kanice, or the
Other
teacher
victims,
ladies,
Yes,
family,
yes,
or
yes.
other women that we don't even hear of in the
about,
news
yeah.
or anything. There are so many persons that are going through stuff like this, and it's the same thing when females at a young age, when they are raped, the lucky victims, well, you can't even call them lucky,
yeah,
but the lucky victims that are dead, and they
Yeah,
fall
it's a
prey to
couple.
such rapists, and they are alive. They're afraid to even share their story to say, and sometimes they too know the very person
Yes.
that raped them, but
Yes.
because of the mentality,
Fear.
they're
Yes.
afraid
Can't
of
come
what,
out and
and the system is set away as well, where you tell them
Yes.
exactly it is
Yes.
And
that
they don't try to
Yes.
protect you.
and you're not so confident in them to bring justice because
True,
you have
true,
seen where
True.
they
They fail
put
other
a
persons.
highlight on it and they say,
They call it
we are
9 days
getting to the
wonder.
root of this, we are going to ensure that this and that happens, and then
After a period of
it
time,
dies
just-
out after a month or two when there's not so much of an uproar about it on the news or social media. Then even you realize even now persons aren't even going to authority about certain issues.
Jungle
They
justice.
bring it up, their
Jungle
dream-
justice.
They bring it to their dream or even pink wall because they realize until
their things can actually,
they
reach
reach
to
to who needs to hear it. And as Tamika said, people are taking up in
Jungle
them own
justice.
hands too because they realize that listen, police
You
not
can leave it
enough
to
about
Yes.
it, so
artists to do it.
Yes.
They're
me,
not
I'm
gonna
gonna do this because, and it's just sad.
It is sad. But I want to ask another question. What do you think about, I think the last time I was listening to the news, that they were saying that it is, we are at fault while we are being raped because of how we dress. We know we don't dress properly on the road, and what we do, we entice the men.
But
What do
you
you
don't
think
have to
about
dress
that?
a particular way for somebody to pray on you. So it's not like you have to be dressing skimpy for somebody to think that, because you dress the way you make a page or anything like that. They just have this, as I said, this mentality where like they see you and they feel like, hey, I want a girl here now, and she's not giving us out like you have to force yourself on her. So it's not really a matter of you not dressing a particular way. You can dress modest, cover up and everything, and they still try to pray
But
on you.
there are Muslims that I believe were raped. And
they
Muslims
don't
will
dress.
so-
And even our elderly too.
Yes,
But who gives you the right to dictate to say because she don't dress
Dress
in a lot of clothes, I can do what I want? Who gives you the right to say that I have all right because she's not wearing much clothes?
And what I think persons need to understand, or men on a whole need to understand, is that if you see somebody and you're trying to make an attempt in, talking to them or pursue them a certain way, if you're not getting the feedback that you want, you just leave it, leave it right here. Don't try to force yourself on the person, and then like because they tend to use the term like this year, this
Yes,
month and all
yes,
of those stuff.
yes.
I'm like,
Then
if
I
I'm
use
not
rejection.
interested, I'm just not
Yes,
interested. So
yes.
move along. You might find somebody
Yes.
who is interested
Yes,
in you.
yes.
So that doesn't give you the right to say because she don't want her, me go try go for a certain way and things like that. And we find oftentimes when you hear about women or girls being raped, you find that it's cases like these, they just walk in, going about their own
Yes,
business,
yes,
and because somebody
yes.
calling to you and you don't pay them
Yes,
any
true.
mind, they tend to think, say, hey, this me know what you may go do, or this
Or
Yes.
they've been observing you for a
Yes,
while.
they- yes,
And them are
yes,
watching them know what
yes.
time you leave out.
Yes.
They know what time you come in. Sometimes as ladies we need to change up our route. If we used to walk X come in, walk Y tomorrow night, like don't make people can study your direction. Make
And we
them
have to be
right.
vigilant in times like these. You have to be extra vigilant because sometimes I think it's like you're taking for granted that the place is well lit and
Yes,
nothing is gonna
yes,
happen. But
yes.
you have to be extra vigilant because they're not just looking at to do things when it's in the night or anything like that. In broad day they're doing things, so you have to be vigilant. You're going about your business, make other people's business your business as
True,
well. Just to be
true.
careful.
True. That is so true. And just to put another spin on it, as I said, they always blame us for how we dress, but sorry guys, I see some very fine guys on the road too sometimes. I mean,
me not grab them and
yo,
say,
I tell you, when me see them, me say, no, true, and me never grab them and rape them.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so it's about self-control. Men, you have to learn to control yourself. Control yourself. If you have a problem with your penis, get one little something. What you call it when you play cricket? You put, but just in to protect that area, they put your man. If you have to do something, or I don't know.
It is a mind thing. You need to tell yourself, she's not mine. I don't own her.
True.
She can do whatever she
True.
wants
True.
and not
Can reject.
Right.
Some persons don't know how to deal with
Rejection. It's true.
And they feel
It's
like
true.
you're embarrassed.
True.
So maybe I'm never deal with you. And
because-
that is really what's happening because they don't know how to deal with emotions and they feel I don't know, like they need to retaliate because she don't want me, so I'm gonna show her something.
And I'm like, if you're to turn it around, I like somebody, as Tamika said, you see somebody and you like them. If the person not showing you any interest or anything, it's not like you're going to force them to do anything with you or just to communicate
Yes.
or talk to you or anything like. You just going to leave them as is.
Yes.
But why do they feel like they have to do something different
I have
to
a
get the result
question.
they
So what
want?
about the idea of women taking things from men that they don't want?
That
Is that
Oh,
room for them to say she take me things, so me
Yeah.
I go take what me want from her?
Well-
Should we as women do it, and is that room for them to do what they do?
Alright, it's not room for them to do what they do, and at the same time, as a female or as a woman, if you meet this guy and you know right out that you're not interested in the person, make it known from the beginning so that any exchange that is going on, you don't find yourself in a situation where you're taking this person's things and you're not interested, and then at the end of the day he's gonna be like, well, you're taking my stuff and making me feel as though something
you're
is
interested
there
in
between
me,
us.
right?
So it's like you're leading the person on. So I think that as a woman, we have a lot of persons out there who do it and feel like, I'm not doing nothing or whatever, but you never know when something can happen, so you don't want to leave
Jesus.
yourself I don't want to say careless or leave yourself in a way
Yes,
vulnerable to
yes,
things like
yes,
those. So
yes.
it's best if you make it known from the beginning that hey, I'm not interested in a relationship or I have somebody, and don't take anything from the person if you know you're not interested, because there will come a time when this person is gonna feel like I've invested a lot of time in this person.
A lot of
I'm
things,
tired.
so
Yes, money.
The money that I would have
things.
given to you, I could have used it to do
Something
something else.
else.
So
Or
make it
suppose
known
if
from
I
the
want
beginning.
one dress and then you see you put up status, yeah,
Like you
make
go
that
all
man
over.
in that dress.
Yes, yes,
It doesn't give them
yes.
the right to do what they do,
True.
but at the same time, as the woman, to prevent these things from happening, or persons to be thinking along this line, you just don't take it from them. If you don't have it, you do
But
it
tell
out.
you,
Or you try
woman-
to advocate your own.
Women, the thing you should have for 2021 is independent.
Yes.
Like nothing beats an independent woman. So if a man come and say here, say $2,000 for example, say $2,000, like it don't frighten you
Yes,
because
yes.
you have your own.
Yes,
So if
yes.
you use that over your head
Yes.
and say, listen, me I give you money and without my money you are nothing.
Yes.
When you know say you have your own, you can always go on.
Yes.
So you don't need to take nothing from him. Yes, so persons fall in sticky positions, but at the same time you're not there forever. So if you know say you're an independent woman, you work hard for your own, no man can come and frighten you.
But
And majority of the time women fall prey to them because they depend on these men
Right,
for stuff. Some women
Right.
are in some abusive, even though maybe that's not the theme for your,
No problem.
but they fall prey to these things because sometimes women they're in abusive relationship because they're not independent. They
Yeah.
depend on the man
That
for
already.
things.
Everything.
The man a bust
Everything.
them, sorry.
Yes.
Them stay in it because they don't have a choice.
Yes.
They don't have so. Thing for 2021
It's like security.
independence.
They're there for some form of financial security.
I said, me soon even though I just try do
Yeah.
my thing and get my own and something and we realize this. You see, if the man know, you see that thing in your mind, you see the man know say you depend on
And
my sorry
yeah,
where it's
you
like
use
him
it to his
abuse that.
advantage,
Yes,
Him
yes.
abuse it. So women, get independent, get your own. But I said,
When they
even not
realize-
because my man will buy this,
Yeah.
my man will buy that there. When
You
you buy
see,
yourself.
what I think some men don't like too, some men, you see, when you're independent away that you don't depend on them for certain things, it's like them feel like, why should you independent?
No,
What you can do for, you know, to get her to be reliable on relying on you for certain things. So some men don't like persons who are heavily dependent on themselves.
Independence is so attractive, like to me, so attractive. Not like you having your own or you're a channel again.
No man. I'm just listening. I see we started with rape.
I still rape still.
I know,
You
and then but that's
Fall
true.
along the same.
That's true, guys. So ladies, as you heard, independence is a new what?
Theme for 2021.
Theme for 2021 and forward. And
Even if you weren't thinking about it.
yeah man,
Have your own.
have your
and see
own.
how well it works out.
And sometimes, alright, so a lot of stories where, you know, it was coming up about Kanice. After she did all these theories, I wasn't there and then man
Right.
So it was there was one of the stories was that she was taking the man things and he might drop her go work. Some persons found the screenshots of the message between she and her boyfriend offensive because they said she was rude and that she should have just listened and take the bus, no beat look of fear. And while I can agree with that, if somebody makes advance at you and you're not interested and they say, yeah man, cool, if you think it's safer to take the bus, even though it might
Let me tell
your
you.
pocket, take the bus.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say something. In all fairness, boy, it's just that she never see this. She never see this.
No one
Look how many, you care, a lot of guys like me, you know. Yes, a lot of guys like me. And they would have made advances and sometimes I would feel uncomfortable. But that's the farthest thing from my mind. So maybe she's saying cha. So oh
Maybe
gosh.
just take a drive than take the
That's
bus.
it.
Kind of like
Yeah. But and let me tell you, ladies, we're to look at these things. Everything that happened, every situation that happened, we're not to look over. We're not to take it lightly. So we see what happened to this young lady. Take a look in your life. We see what happened to that lady. You have to look in other people's lives. So the same thing don't happen to you. Because boy, the many times, as I said, I would have feel uncomfortable many times with being around some male person. But the truth is, that's the farthest thing from my mind. And when that happened, I must be honest, when that happened, I started to say, you know what? I'm not gonna really take that. Him always kind of do that, you know, so I kind of push it off, ease it off a little bit, because you just don't know.
And persons traveling with two-faced too. Like,
Yes.
Because look how much persons say he's such a nice and quiet man.
But he could be. I'm sure he's not a monster. I mean, hold on. He is a monster. Don't forget, he is a monster for what he did to her. But I mean, every monster, there's a different side, right?
So we could very well be in situations where we believe this person not going to do this. It know me not want him, man. It know me not like him.
True.
I'm a father friend.
True.
No, man,
Yes.
I'm a friend husband. Because there are some persons who are married and sometimes I'm your friend person and sometimes I'm your family. I'm an uncle. So many statistics show that some very same family members doing these things. So sometimes we always have to have our guards up as women. Like, I don't know what we have so.
God made it. Boy, God make it.
Mankind, and all of this is because of sin. And you see, when we decide to embark on something sinful, is like there's no going back. I don't know what was in his mind for him to kill you, go work, or him headspace. Like, me try to figure it out all this while.
You know what?
Kill somebody and go work and
He
work.
would have satisfied, and I think that's what happened to most men.
Rapists.
Thank you, most rapists. I was reading an article again the other day, and the lady said when she spoke to most of the men that were rapists, it's like she said you have different categories. So you have robbers that they have different names. I don't remember the name, but like the rapists, they're not showing no form of remorse, because most of the time, you know, they are not caught. Most of the rapists are not caught. So when she do ask the question, they were like, I forget her. So guess what? After him satisfy that part, him may visit with nothing else, because it's like,
and that's him want.
Yes, him, that's what he wanted. So him get it and him say yeah. So him not really matter what happen. Him go work and I'm sure him perform well. Maybe not.
Better.
Right? And then when on him way home now, it's like he must say, oh, reality, what me I gonna do? Because it was business. It's business as usual. And if it is something, if it repetitive sin, if something you do all the time, what's going to happen? Come like nothing to you. So
like it becomes the norm.
Yes, look here. There are chatterboxes, right? So we have to stop the program right now. But you know, there's something I would like to leave a scripture reading with you. But before, is there any last comment you'd like to leave with the women who will be watching this video? What would you like to say to the women?
I'm no professional. I'm just a realist, and we have to be vigilant, open our eyes, and you know, in every little thing that we do, we have to think about what could be the outcome if I do this. Or, you know, and keep your eyes open, you know,
Okay, Sam?
I share the same sentiment.
No problem.
But for you?
Yeah, it's the same thing, well, when she started out to say to be more vigilant in times like these, and if you know you're not interested in somebody, try not to lead them on, and then you find out that things happen that you never expected. So just leave it as is, and as Jamila said, independence.
I was gonna say that's the thing. Independence is the new what? New theme. And don't forget the V word. Be vigilant. Be vigilant, ladies. Don't let down your guards too much. When you're going home, if you walk home, always try to always try to walk in group, but that's time sometimes it's not possible. Or call somebody.
Make friends with their neighbor.
Yeah man.
Some women live alone, and that's the reality. Some women are independent and live alone. And so sometimes we're independent but still fall prey. Why?
Yes.
Make friends with their neighbors. Get somebody in the community where you can trust in case of any little thing you can call. They're close by.
And whereas if you live alone too, one of the things, if you hear the local sound outside or anything like that, then try to go see what happened. You hear the local water run, because you never know. We never know if that is a way to get you outside. So just try to be extra careful. Whatever sound you hear out there, maybe you can call somebody and let them know that, hey man, hear this and that, but don't try to go out there to find out what is happening.
And leave the close the window, because they know they have this thing where you powder the house.
Yeah, so you won't hear
anything. Or then say, have some water in a pan. So
it absorbs. Wow, that's a lot of thing going. Or even your toilet in the bathroom, they always say don't put down the lid. You ever hear about it yet? Always keep it up, it's for the same reason. Because the water will absorb.
Because the window to in there. It's for true bathroom window too.
So just be careful, young ladies.
Be careful.
Don't take things for granted, because you never know.
So guys, you've heard it from Jamilia and Sam. Yeah, I prefer Sam. Sam sounds cute. Alright, so as usual, I leave you with the text, a scripture reading. Alright, so the scripture reading is taken from Revelation 21 verse 4. So amidst all what is happening, the Lord said, and God shall wipe away what? All tears from their eyes. There shall be no more what, Sam?
Death.
Come on, I'm not here. There shall be no more?
Death.
Neither
sorrow
nor
pain.
Okay, all right, I'm crying still. Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are past. And that's a beautiful text to end today's program on. I thank you so very much for watching. Please don't forget to check out my guys on their channel, which is
KSG Family.
Right. And I thank you so much. God bless. See you next week.